Hey everybody. So what we're going to work on today is I'm making a cup and I have photos that I'm going to use on the cup, but because I have a little bit of an issue with my calibration, it's leaving one side that has a tiny little bit of white. So what I'm going to do is show you how to go in, put a shape over the photo, and then slice. You can only slice 2 layers at a time. So I have 3 pictures, and I'm going to put this square shape over this one. Then I'm going to select those 2, the photo and the square, go to the bottom right and click slice. And again, I don't use a Mac, so this is all with a Windows computer. Okay, it's sliced it. Now I'm going to take that shape and delete it. I'm going to click on the outline. I'm going to delete that. Now that photo is ready for me to print. Since this one is more of a rectangle shape, I'm going to find a rectangle. Let's see here. We'll use this rectangle, and then I'm going to have to rotate that. Actually, I'm going to flip it. And flipping's not going to work. Rotate, that's what I need. So I'm going to rotate that, and let's do 90 degrees. So that changes that. Now the size of this photo, we'll just make it an even 5. And I'm going to put that rectangle shape over the top of it and stretch that to about right there. Again, I'm going to select those 2 shapes, go to slice. Okay, delete that shape, and for some reason, why did it do that? So we're going to hit the back button. There's got to be a glitch here somewhere. Okay, let's try this again. One more. Because my warnings are that they're too big. Okay, so I know that. Right inside there. Select those 2 and then slice. Okay. Delete the shape. Move the inside picture out. Delete the frame. And this also gives it a cleaner look with the curved corners. And then it's not going to have any white edge because I'm not cutting on the photo that I've uploaded. It's going to cut inside of that a little bit. So this one is square-ish. Shapes again. Do the rounded square. And because it's not completely square, okay, I'm going to unlock this shape, and we'll do it this way. So you go up to unlock at the top, and then that's going to allow me to, I could make it skinnier, I could make it wider, because that photo is not exactly square. Okay, now I'm going to select those 2 and click slice. Delete the shape, pull the center out, and then delete that. So there we have the 3 shapes I'm going to use, the 3 photos, and they've got the rounded edges. And now when it cuts, it's not going to cut a white spot. on the edge. So I'm going to click Make It. And then when it goes here, I am going to click Continue, Send to Printer. I am going to leave bleed on. I'm going to use the system dialog because that way I can change my type of paper that I'm using, and I can also change my print setting. So I'm going to go to Preferences, and I have an HP printer. So where it says plain paper, oh, you know what I need to do first? I need to resize those photos. So let's close out of that. Let's click Cancel. Okay, I'll click Cancel again. Okay, so that one is, I'm going to do these all about 2 inches. They look super small on my screen. But they're really not. They're actually, when they print, they're pretty big. And we're going to do 2 inches on that one. Okay, now I'm going to click Make It. And the reason that I make them real big when I'm doing the shape over it is so I can actually see better, because I'm not wearing my glasses right now. I don't have my contacts in. Send to Printer. Again, leave the bleed on. Use the system dialog. Print. Preferences. And then where it says paper type, this is not a glossy paper, it is a matte paper. So I'm going to choose matte, and then print quality, I'm going to do best. And that's just going to ensure, I mean, it does take a little while to print, but it's just going to ensure that it's not splotchy and the ink saturation is very good. And I'm going to click on print. All right, so I have printed them. They're right here. And I'm getting ready to put them on my mat and run them through my Cricut. One of my favorite tools to use, especially when using cardstock or printer paper, or not printer paper, photo paper, printable vinyl, and I even have some of my iron-on vinyl that tends to want to curl up, and you just get your brayer and roll it across there, and that holds it. My mats, I don't do a lot of cardstock anymore, so my mats don't get really dirty. I do clean my mats every couple weeks, and you can't do anything to make your mats sticky again without using a spray adhesive, and I don't recommend that because it can get on your roller wheels and cause issues with the machine itself. So you can keep them clean. I just use warm water. If they're really dirty, I might use a little bit of Dawn Power Wash on there and just kind of rub it with my fingers. Don't use anything abrasive because that will cause your mat to, you'll basically, you're peeling the stickiness off of there. Okay, so I have it printed out. Here it is, and it's cut. And I know you can't see, you probably can't see very well, but you can kind of see there's a little bit of an outline, the cut outline inside the photo just a little bit. So what I'm going to do, grab my little paper slicer, slice across there, and then I'm going to save this piece for later because you can always print on that size paper if you have something that's going to fit. And then I'm going to get my weeding tool. And one thing with this sticker paper, one thing I do like about it is it tears pretty easy. So that can be a good thing. That can also kind of not be a good thing. If you're cutting something that you've got a really intricate shape, it may not be a good idea to, want it to tear. But so you can see on here the outline that it cut around the photo that has the ink on it. And so what I'm left with is the actual photos and no white outline around them. And then one thing I wanted to mention, one reason it's always good to print on the best setting for your printer is that's going to make the lines that the printer read, or the Cricut reads, it's going to make them really visible and easier for the sensors to see. And so you're not having to worry about whether your printer is going to tell you that you need to calibrate it, or your Cricut's going to tell you you need to calibrate it. And I do recommend, if there's an update to the Cricut software, to calibrate your machine if you do print and cut. That way you're not ruining any expensive materials. Let me know if you guys have any questions.